Unwrapped Vegas, right here, worldwide on VegasAllNetRadio.com. Welcome to Vegas Unwrapped. Now to turn it over to the show and the host, the one and only Aaron Phillips and Ricky Cash.
Thank God the one and onlys, because the mold was certainly broken when they created Phillips and Cash.
I'm telling you.
Go again.
Well, I just want to make sure I'm on the mic.
You're on the mic.
You know, Bobcat. Every now and then he wants to give me a little zing.
Every time he gets riled with JPEG,
yeah,
he loses focus on what's going on.
I ain't lost focus on anything. Keep him in the back in the corner there.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Vegas Unwrapped Internet Radio, the show that unwraps Las Vegas 1 week at a time. Las Vegas Radio is Vegas Unwrapped. I'm Aaron Phillips alongside Ricky Cash, and we've got a loaded show tonight. It is, it is the back-to-school eve, sort of eve edition.
Right.
As school gets started back here in Clark County on Monday.
Last weekend for the kids.
Last weekend for the kids, and we're rocking and roll. We got a heavy show tonight, Mr. Cash.
By the way, I couldn't tell you who's here or why, and here's the reason why. And Kim, I hope you're listening because you're going to love this. What do I always forget to bring?
Your glasses?
Right, so I said to Kim, my glasses tonight so that I can see what's going on.
Right.
Guess what?
She forgot.
No, she gave me her glasses.
Oh.
Right.
You wouldn't look good in pink glasses.
Not only pink.
You didn't look good in pink hair either.
Pink, I can't even see Bobcat with those glasses.
Well, he's got a bright orange shirt on, too.
Well, that's special.
Yeah.
So, good job, Cammie. Love you.
I did that, by the way, from here.
What'd you do?
I pushed down the arm of the microphone so that JPEG has...
I don't have to take this abuse.
No, yes, you do.
Yeah,
You're stuck with us.
First of all, let me say this about that.
That's right.
Yeah.
That voice is Bobcat, our third guy here in the crew.
I thought it was Richard Nixon coming back from the dead.
God, we talked to more dead. I know we talked to more dead people than I know what to do. Mr. Bobcat, how are you this week, sir?
I'm doing good, but if y'all don't settle down, I'm going to pick up the Bobcat hotline, and I'm making a call to Frank. Just all there is to it.
From Mr. Colada.
And I'm calling him.
All right, here's what we got going on tonight, Mr. Cash. You want to
tell me,
know?
because
Since you can't read the thing anyway.
Can't see it anyway.
We have the founder and big muckety muck and former pageant person or other. That's our formal introduction, by the way.
Okay.
The Just One Project by Brooke Neubauer.
Yes, I know.
How cool is that? I love it. Community service at its best, right?
Absolutely.
We'll talk about, since that's certainly a topic that's near and dear to us.
She brought her bodyguard.
She brought her bodyguard. Our reputation preceded us. Allison must have told her.
That's it.
Then coming up,
I thought Allison was the bodyguard.
Well, then you saw the real bodyguard come in.
Yeah, right.
Then in the second hour, gentlemen, we met back in May down at Fremont Street at the Super May Day event.
You're picking up people again on Fremont.
Well, listen, we get some great characters down there.
I remember the one you picked up and carried halfway down the strip.
Misty Sin. That was the one in the devil outfit.
Yes, I know.
My wife still reminds
Does
me
she
of
have
that
red
picture.
hair?
No, blonde.
Oh, that's
I'll have to show Bobcat the picture during the break.
Because, redheads are
Is that that girl that stars at Absence?
No.
She might, for all we know.
Well, that was Melanie.
She stars in something, but she was one of the street performers down on Fremont Street.
She's a performer, all right.
She's a performer. The devil in red. The devil wears red. Then in the second hour, Dylan Angle, when we were down there at the Super May Day event, the superhero event.
Right.
There was no hero in heroin.
This is a more serious topic.
More serious, which is unusual for the second hour.
It's incredible. I don't know how we're going to survive that without.
I don't know. We should flip-flop
we can't
it.
make any jokes about it either.
No, we can't. Well, we shouldn't.
Well, we won't.
We could.
We could do a lot of things because this is internet radio.
That's true. But we probably should have flip-flopped. We probably should have Dylan on first and Brooke second.
But
it is what it is. It's all
okay.
good. And then, of course, celebrity birthdays, dates in history, unwrapped treasures. Maybe we'll go back to, well, you didn't bring your glasses, but we haven't done weird news in a couple of weeks, and we know that's Bobcat's favorite segment.
We know.
I love weird news.
So we may have to do weird news tonight. And you, the caller, at 702-483-4444. And that's important. Why?
Because this is something very new that comes from our good friends, Sandy Castell and Chef Michael Leonetti.
Yes.
We were on their show
yesterday?
Was that yesterday already?
Well, it seems like it.
And of course, we're
ago.
at the Siena Authentic Italian Trattoria.
Yes.
Every Wednesday night, and they gave us, seriously, 5 $1,000 worth of show tickets here in Las Vegas for the Beatles show, for
The Mentalist,
and
Mark Savard.
And Mark Savard.
Comedy hypnosis guy.
So if you call into the show at 702-483-4444 and ask for tickets, you'll get
you get your choice.
You get
two
your
tickets
choice.
of your choice.
No question about it. And that's like $150.
They didn't give you burlesque zombies and the zombie burlesque?
Well,
I don't think that's up their alley.
maybe Mike's.
Not for that show.
Maybe Mike's, but not Sandy.
The Beatles show is good.
It is.
Yes, it is a good show.
So I actually have them with me. So if anybody calls in, I should take them out of my bag. I can show them to the camera so people know we're not crazy. But we've got the tickets. So give us a call. First caller gets the choice. 2 tickets. And if you're on podcast listening to this, all you need to do is send an email to vegasunwrapped@gmail.com referencing show tickets, and we'll still send you tickets.
No question.
If you're listening on podcast.
Absolutely. And anybody that will be involved in a special project coming up in September, we might have another way for you to get those tickets as well.
Hey, I just saw on Facebook your buddy Sergio has called you out on the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge.
A lot
Challenge has been handed out to Alan Michaels of On Pit Road Racing Radio Show, Clubhouse Sports contributors, etc. You've been called out, Mr. Bobcat.
So what do I have to do on this gig?
Wait till you listen to this.
What you have to do, it's one of two things. In theory, it's written up. To raise awareness, you dump a bucket of water on your head, ice cold bucket of water.
I saw you do this.
Did you see my clip?
Yes, I saw you do it.
And at the same time, if you choose to, and just about everybody is, you make a contribution to ALS organization.
Sure, and it doesn't matter how much.
Right.
Because,
So he's called me out.
He's called you out. It's right. Here, I'll tell you what. Let's plug this. Where's my plug? Where's my plug?
In the meantime, let me send
I'm trying to get my computer back up too. So please don't go to the sports update yet. Okay.
No, you tell me when you're ready.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
I'm
so
ready.
I'll save my other shout out.
Hey everybody, it's Sergio here, and I've been challenged to do the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge by my daughter, Michaela Quintero, and I've accepted her challenge. And of course, before we get wet here, got to challenge other people. Alan Michaels from On Pit Road Racing Radio, my show contributors on Clubhouse Sports Radio, Steve Guerra, Rich Lopez, the king of LA Sports, John Rivera of Dodger Nation, Diana Garcia that covers San Diego for us. Here we go.
I got to tell you, what I just saw him do was very weak. Was it? He must have taken like a milk container, a gallon plastic container.
I don't think it was that much.
Right?
Like a half a gallon.
I was going to say, it looked like he filled it up halfway.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, but he challenged you, Mr. Michaels.
Now, we're not talking Gatorade-sized buckets, although that would be
people
good.
are doing it that way.
I know.
People are doing it with ice buckets.
I like it. It's got to be at least a 5-gallon drenching.
Absolutely. It's got to be worth it. Right. I saw a guy get drenched under a tractor trailer, big hoe claw thing, where they filled the whole claw up with ice water.
Now, you and I, as Vegas Unwrapped, as a team, have called out Michael Leonetti.
We've called out Paige Poole, Michael Leonetti, and... Rich Perez.
Rich Perez.
Right. I also called out my wife, and she took care of hers, too.
Wow, I'll tell you what.
So, Mr. Leonetti, we're working on scheduling some time to make sure he gets dunked.
Right.
Haven't heard from Paige Poole, and Rich said he's going to do it. I cornered him on the show Tuesday night because he was trying to weasel out of it.
Now, I have to get dunked because I was challenged.
You were called out by JPEG. You and I both together were called out by JPEG.
Nice guy.
I'm telling you.
I'm ready.
With friends like this.
I'm ready.
The only thing that worries me, it's ice cold water.
That's okay.
You got a bad ticker.
No.
You better make sure the CPR card's updated.
Are you
That's
kidding me?
shocker unit.
That's right.
Let me tell you something. The showers that I step in sometimes in the morning, that's just as bad as one of those.
All right.
I can't get the damn water to get hot.
If you pay the bill.
Hey, come on. This is a family show.
That's right. And, of course, our fourth member of our team is the man behind the camera, Mr. John Stiles, who we affectionately call JPEG. He is here. Bobcat loves when we give John some press here.
I like John.
Our team...
We are going to give him a mic one of these days.
Well, actually,
and then all hell is going to break
starting
loose
next
around.
month, we're going to schedule a new segment called Doing It with Styles.
Yes, I know.
So we'll get him in front behind a microphone. How are you going to talk in front of a mic and run the camera at the same time? That's what I want to know. How are you going to pull double duty?
He's just going to...
Oh, great. He's going to block everybody.
Nice.
Wonderful. Camera hug.
I'll sit over there.
All right. Sounds good.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. So we've got a new segment coming up in September, and things are happening for Vegas Unwrapped that before you know it, we're going to be on TV. We're going to be on the pay-per-views with Sandy and Mike. Who knows where we're going to be?
Tell everybody where we'll be next Wednesday. No, next Wednesday night at 7 o'clock. 6 o'clock. Where this is.
I love watching you struggle. I know the information, but I love watching you try to say it. It is so much. You would be a good candidate for like Jerry's Kids or something. Sometimes, you know.
God, is it just bust? It's just bust.
Well, he's been away for 4 days, and I've got all the stuff stored up.
10 after 7, and he's doing it.
Well, the second hour is going to be tough. We have to get rid of it in the first hour.
I know.
But to tell you, what great photos of your daughter's wedding, sir.
Thank you.
He just saved your butt by changing the topic. I hope you realize that.
Very much. It was a great time. Everything went very, very well. My cousin got a little weird, but that's typical of him. But other than that, we had a really, really good time. And
how many bowls of sake did he have?
Oh, I'm telling you. They had a Victorian, 1800 Victoria theme. And my ex-wife, Kathy, made all the dresses, made the vests for the groomsmen and the obviously the groom, and the costumes were tremendous. And then it was optional for the guest to come in costumes like that, and some of them were just absolutely off the wall. And I got to give a lot of credit to her. Kathy's always been very talented that way, but she went all out. They also did a very, very nice thing, and they made Cammie part of that bridal party type of thing. Where
this was the ex-in-laws with the current wife,
with the nails and the hair.
Could have been messy.
The bride ready. It was she was very overwhelmed. She was very moved by it because this is the same gal who. Yeah. Anyway, it worked.
And he left to marry the current one.
All right. Well,
let's call it as it is, shall we?
It was very well done. It was very nice, and the kids are up in the Poconos for a couple of days.
Yeah.
And. Let me do my little quick story about my ex-father-in-law who wanted to...
You're not going to talk about the part you told me on the way in now, are you?
Yeah, the one about the stroke.
Oh, my God.
Well, he almost had me put in jail. I mean, but it was all nice and fun. It was at Ricky Cash's.
Hi, I'm stuck in the jail in Philadelphia. Anyway, can you get me out?
So I said to Kathy at the wedding, come on, let me go over and say hello to your family, including your dad. Your dad's almost 90 years old. He's a little hunched over. He's not really that well.
Let's face it, you were hoping he wouldn't remember you.
Well, it's exactly what happened. Kathy said, look, Dad, here's Richard. And he goes, Richard who? All right, so then I said, hey, Pop, how you doing? And he looks at me. I'm telling you, 30 seconds goes by, the lights in the eyes open up, and he goes, oh, that Richard. It was great. It was great. I turned around and walked away. Good stuff.
And then what happened? You told me?
2 days later, poor man had a mini stroke.
So, of course, he thinks it's a test at the same, Mr. Cash.
He saw me, so that must have really...
So, getting back to your question for Wednesday.
Yeah, where are we going?
We're going to be at Andre's down at the Encore, participating with the Women of Achievement pageant coordinators, Sada E. Pio and Karen Trang Tran, we had on the show a few weeks ago.
Now, we are doing the one here in Las Vegas, right?
Yes, well, hopefully this is what we're going... Well, what one in Vegas are you talking about?
Their pageant. I'm not talking about the one in... aren't they going to have one here first and then...
No. Oh, yes, so having one here first later on next month.
See, I got it.
And then the one in... I was just making you feel better. Yeah. And then the Nationals is in California, which we're hoping to meet the director of and kind of weasel our way into hosting that one, too.
Possibly going national.
Going national.
It's really weird, right?
Jeez, in November that would be, so that this way we can get a weekend away in California while we're working.
Real quick before we go to break.
Yes.
Let me give a little extra nice shout out to my buddy Lois in Charlotte. It's funny. We talk at least once a day or once every other day, but during this whole wedding thing, and I was sending her pictures over the weekend, and when I finally got back and I called her, actually she called me on Wednesday, I said to her, I'm really sorry. I really should have been more in touch. She said, well, with all the pictures that she saw on Facebook over the weekend, she felt like she was at the wedding as well. So my best to my girl out there in
yes. So how's her foot, by the way? boy.
Her foot's... well, no, it's really not. Glad you brought
Didn't she
that up.
re-injure it again?
Not re-injured, but she's been having a little bit of trouble with it. So she's hoping to, make sure. You know what happens with all of us old people? We get something that's wrong with us. It gets better, and we think we're totally cured, and then we go back to doing what we did to cause the problem in the first place. Somebody said something about getting old, and I loved it. And he said another day older. And I said, another day feels like another year. And I think that's right. I think JPEG said that over in the
green room?
In the green room. So,
all right,
job,
is your computer up there, Mr. Bobcat, or are we going to go?
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
All right, let's send it over to the Vegas Rap Sports Desk and then a break. Go.
We can do that for you, man. I was sad to read this yesterday, even though that little lady over in Philadelphia, man, has made this week's Sports Illustrated cover out there, man. But our team Nevada took a bite, won 8-1 there. So did they get to go on, Mr.
Saturday?
Here's the deal.
Okay.
USA Championship.
Tonight, the loser of that game, which was Philadelphia, plays Chicago.
Okay.
The winner of that game plays Nevada for the American Championship on Saturday.
Okay.
And the Philadelphia team was losing 6-2 before they came on the air.
Yeah, I think Chicago looks pretty good, although we trounced them earlier in the week. But the whole big Megillah, Sunday afternoon for the World Championship.
And will our team make it there?
Only if they beat whoever they beat on Saturday.
All right, so we got to get behind them. Team Nevada bringing home the Little League World Championship could happen, huh?
It's amazing. First time ever a Nevada team goes to the World Series.
There you go. This out of the Associated Press. Team writer there spoke to Rusty Wallace and Darryl Waltrip for a 4-hour conversation. This has not been confirmed yet, but it looks like Tony Stewart is going to hang up the helmet forever and get out of racing completely. And from what we've been told, his half of Stewart Haas Racing is up for sale. We'll have more about that coming on this.
I got $1.50.
A buck and a half.
Anybody else?
I think you're going to need somewhere. I think you're going to need about 500 million more.
Wow.
But anyhow, a sad thing. And of course, as of to date, there has been no criminal charges filed against Tony Stewart.
I don't think there will be,
and I don't believe so either. But,
no, but I'm not totally surprised. After he didn't race the first and now second and now the third week.
Yes.
I thought at least if nothing else he was done for the year.
Right.
But now you're taking it to a really new level.
Well, speculations are that he's speaking to Rusty Wallace and Darryl Waltrip, of course, were former Winston Cup and Sprint Cup national champions and also team owners. Could this be the bid to sync these two together to possibly buy Tony Stewart out? We don't know yet. We're going to find out more. We've got our people and our news source getting on the situation right now. So I hate to see this happen, but could Tony Stewart hang up the helmet forever? We're going to find out. So that's what that. And coming up the top of the hour, I'll get you in the latest in the baseball and the NFL scores for today. Okay?
Excellent. All right.
Sounds good. I'll give you one last quick question.
Come on, we're running late.
Do you think he'll give any of the money to the family of the Ward family?
No.
I think whether it's right or wrong, I think the lawyers are going to put everything in the stop. I think he will be sued civilly. Whether this suit goes through or not, if you watch the video very closely, there's two things that he did that he shouldn't have done. A, he should have never gotten out of the car, and B, Mr. Ward should have never charged Stewart and never put himself in the racing groove. And if you watch the video, he is in the racing groove.
Wow.
So it's a sad situation. No one should have died. And just a quick update on it. NASCAR has inflicted stronger rules, points, and big money if you get out of your car in the big circuit, okay?
All right. That does it for the first segment. We come back on the other side. Brooke Neubauer joins us in the hot seat. Phillips and Cash, Vegas Unwrapped. Bobcat on the board. JPEG behind the camera. We'll be right back.
Oh, wow. What happened?
I don't know. My volume in my headset just blew up.
I might have cleaned out your ears.
Holy cow. Welcome back to Vegas Unwrapped. Yeah, I can finally hear you. My God, that's terrible. By the way, big shout out to Brandy Lane. She's listening. Our Bayou Babe. She's online. She's checking things out. We appreciate that she's always following us. And by the way, JPEG, she caught last week's show. You and I were communicating with her. She saw the video. She loved it. She loves the idea of us videotaping. So she's down there doing well.
We're getting a lot of feedback on the videos.
Absolutely. Well,
especially with the 6 or 7 listeners that we have.
Well, listen, we want to hit double digits sometime soon.
Maybe.
All right. Let's turn it over. Our guest in the hot seat is the founder of an organization and project called the Just One Project, Miss Brooke Neubauer, who also happens to be on the pageant circuit, which we'll talk about in a little bit. Welcome to Vegas Unwrapped.
Thank you very much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Good. Well, we're excited to have you here. You brought your official paparazzi with you, and that's always good stuff. And welcome. This has been a long... So tell us a little bit about the organization. What's it about? How'd you get it started, and why?
The Just One Project is pretty simple. It's about inspiring others to just join in a project, get involved in the community, and make a difference. It's so easy. Somebody could do just one thing, whether it's dropping a pair of shoes off at a local school for a teen in need, or giving an hour of a Sunday once a month to clean up a park. And I really do believe that once somebody gets involved, they feel it's just so rewarding that then they continue and then they inspire others.
It sounds like it's really a very gratifying type of situation. How many people at this point in time have done these projects under your tutelage, if you will?
Well, we just did a recent project. Actually, last night we had a wonderful shoe drive for children going back to school, and we were able to raise enough shoes for 96 children.
Wow.
To go back to school with new shoes. And the most exciting part of that is we asked the children what they wanted, what kind of shoes. So they got Vans, they got Converse, and when they opened their shoes today, they were all so excited. One little girl started crying, and she said, I can actually wear the shoes that everybody else is wearing. So you gotta,
That's amazing. Aaron and I, when we were in Kiwanis, we were involved in so many different types of projects like this, and I remember as clear as day the feeling of gratification you get from doing something like this.
I remember the first thing that I ever did charitable was I sponsored a child off of a local angel tree with my girlfriend. All he wanted was a pair of vampire teeth. That's it. He
like
wanted
for Halloween.
Yeah, that's all he wanted. We got this little boy a bicycle. We got him his vampire teeth. We got him some type of handheld little Nintendo. We wanted him to have the best Christmas that he would ever have. And that was the bug that got us. And ever since then, and now I can't imagine my life not doing things like that. So that's my mission, is to just bring people on board.
Good segue. Now I'm going to ask you about
great.
you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got to the point where you are today.
Well, I am a busy mother of 3 insane children. My son, he's 10 years old. His name is Jackson. I have a 4-year-old named Ava Danger, and a little boy who is 18 months old, Nevada Blue. He's my baby. And my husband, Nicholas, we have an outpatient mental health service company, so we are pretty busy with that. But we are all over the community, and just we're just enjoying being around and being Vegas locals and giving back to our community.
So locals mean that you were born and bred here?
We were. We
Wow.
went to high school together. And
Where? Which one?
Cimarron. Before it was kind of scary. I have to always tell people that because they think I deserve like a badge because I
One
made it
of my
through.
girls, that was one of my girls' high school. I have twins.
What year?
4 years ago. She's starting her
okay.
senior year in college now.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. And my other one went to Las Vegas Academy.
Oh, okay.
So they
great.
made my life difficult by going to 2 different high schools.
Yeah, well, I think having just teenage girls makes your life harder.
That's why my hairline
anyway.
is the way it is.
Mine too.
So, jeez. So out of all of this, what gave birth to the Just One project? I mean, was it just something to take your interests and make it more of an official activity? Give us the idea of the birth of the organization.
Well, I always have so many friends that want to do things and donate their time, donate their services, and I really feel like I have such a big mouth, number one. I don't mind making friends anywhere I go, and I really feel like it was kind of like why I'm here. I feel like I'm here to bring people together and inspire them to just get involved. And
Kind of like it was your purpose.
yeah, absolutely. Besides being the mother to the 3 maniacs.
Well, sure,
yes.
sure.
You know.
I don't know of anybody whose kids aren't maniacs, so you
Yeah,
fit
good,
right in.
thank you.
They all fit right in. So, what projects do you have coming up? I mean, how do you choose your projects? What organizations you get involved with?
Well, my number one goal is to just tell people you don't have to just write a check, because I think that that's really important with giving back. Give the gift of yourself. Give the gift of the most precious thing we have, which is our time. So my next project is really exciting, and I'm asking people to join the project and come with us to cook at Ronald McDonald House for the families there that are staying there. And I think that will then inspire people to want to go back and do it without the Just One Project. And then we have a great Thanksgiving turkey basket drive coming up. Last year we fed 72 families in need. And what we do is we donate baskets with all of the ingredients to cook a Thanksgiving meal. So families in need can actually go to their own kitchens. They can have their own Thanksgiving dinner at their table and enjoy the holiday and not have to stress where is our Thanksgiving meal.
Cash and I are very familiar with both of those projects through our Kiwanis affiliation.
You remember bringing turkeys to families?
Oh, yeah. We used to do turkey, the same thing for the school kids.
Complete basket, too.
Yeah, complete basket with everything. And then we spent quite a few days at the Ronald McDonald home there, cooking spaghetti dinners for the families and leaving the stuff in the kitchen and whatnot. So we're very familiar with that. Maybe as you develop these projects, we stay in touch and get involved, and not just promoting the event, but getting involved with it.
I was just going to ask if that was a segue that you guys want to be in my kitchen cooking September 1st.
I can make the salad.
Hey, everybody's got to eat a salad.
I can stir any spaghetti that's in a bowl. I'm
Would
telling
you guys do the dishes?
Paper plates, maybe. We'll throw them right out.
I like it.
That's the best way to do it.
What day are we talking about here?
It's actually, that's going to be October 1st. That is October 1st. And then we will kick off our Thanksgiving turkey drive the first week of November. And then, of course, that's going to be like 3 days before Thanksgiving.
Day of the week, is that a Saturday or a Sunday, October 1st?
You know what? I think it's a Wednesday, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Allow me to pull out the calendar.
Yeah, let's check it out. That's one thing I'm not...
If Bobcat was quick on it, he'd be pulling the calendar down off the wall behind him.
It's a Wednesday.
It's a Wednesday. Thank you, Nick.
Thank you. Sidekick.
What time?
It's going to be at 5:30.
In the morning?
Yes. No, I'm just kidding. It's going to be in the afternoon. So does that mean, yes, you're definitely coming?
5:30 on a Wednesday?
5:30 on a Wednesday.
And how long? Because we have a thing on Wednesday night, but go ahead.
Yeah, it's only as long as you want to come, as long as you want to stay. It's very simple. We'll probably be there for about an hour and 20 minutes.
We're there.
Great.
Allison McCarthy would be happy to see us, the director over there.
Oh, I love Allison.
We had her on the show.
I love her.
She's a good friend of the show.
Oh,
Yes.
I love her. She's amazing. I just did the Ronald McDonald run.
Right.
And she's fabulous.
We know Allison all the way back to her channel.
Channel 8. Well, you know her from Channel 3.
I know her from Channel 13.
Or 13. Mine was
And then
8.
she went to 8, right. So, yeah.
I was interviewed by her one election day coming out of the polls in the morning. So, yeah. So, we know we had her on the show. And, yeah, it'll be good. We'll just send me the information.
Absolutely.
For Facebook. And whether we come down to cook or maybe we bring the video camera down, do some interviews or whatever of the project.
That might be a good idea. That's something we're real good at. So.
I love that.
Because we do it every week.
All right. We're at the bottom of the hour. Can you hang out a little bit longer?
Absolutely.
All right. Tremendous. You're listening to Brooke Neubauer. The organization is called, where'd my website go? Oh, my God. The Just One Project. There it is. Phillips and Cash. Bobcat on the board. JPEG on the camera. Allison on the camera. We'll be back. Unwrapped. 702-483-4444 is our number. We still have those show tickets available. First caller gets their choice of 2 tickets. We've got some great guests here. Brooke Neubauer from the Just One Project, and joining us at the microphone, not only is a dear friend of the shows and someone we've had on our shows in the past, but she's also acting tonight as Brooke's paparazzi, taking pictures. Miss Allison Sinai from New Figure Forward. We welcome you to the microphone. How are you, dear?
Thank you for having me. It's great to be here again.
Good to see you. And you can
Crowd goes wild.
You can check her out on Facebook under New Figure Forward. She has a blog. She talks about a personal journey of how she has taken control of her life, and you can check that out. We've had her on before, but more importantly, she has gotten involved with Brooke in this project, and so let's get back to it. First of all, I'm going to stop banging the microphones. Good to see you.
Thank you.
What's happened in your world with New Fit Forward? What's going on?
You know, the summer's been kind of quiet. I've taken the time to spend with my family and my son and getting out there and doing things. And with school starting next week, it's going to be a great opportunity to sit back down and break through this writer's block. I've just been so busy with everything else, I haven't been able to sit down. But you know what? This is the first summer where I put my bathing suit on and had a blast.
There you go.
Got in the water, got in pools, the ocean. I've been enjoying my summer, and it's been great.
That's
You
good.
know, we haven't had a chance to thank you publicly, so we'll do it right here. Allison was there for us on our throwing out the first
Yes,
ball.
July 28th at
I
Bassel.
was.
Got some great shots, and the shot that I loved that she got from me throwing the ball
Was
the
falling
ball-
off the
It was
mound.
in, it was in the air.
It was still in the air.
That bad boy was in the air.
so I tell people I threw a perfect strike. I mean, it's just terrific.
I think
Nobody
the
has
ball,
to know.
I think the ball was longer in the air than you were.
It was close.
It was close. I know.
My camera had a hard time catching that. He swung hard pretty fast.
Yes,
So
you did.
officially, thank you very much
Yes,
for that.
absolutely.
Thank you. It was an honor.
And I loved having your son and your husband there to enjoy the festivities
It was
with
fun.
us.
We had a
Yep.
good time.
Yep.
Absolutely. All right, Brooke, let's go back to the Just One project for a moment. We were talking during the break that it's great for projects, but what if somebody's listening and says, I want to volunteer, but I don't know what to do? What happens?
That's a great question. We actually, on our website, we have a link for volunteerism. And part of the mission of the Just One project is to act as a liaison between people and where they want to spend their time volunteering. So I have a lady who's just really into helping children, like street children. So we put her in touch with Street Teens, which is an amazing organization.
Familiar with them, yeah.
They're just incredible. But it's one of those organizations that unless you are introduced to it, it's not as commercialized,
Right.
say, as the Red Cross. So that's what we love to do, and we really love getting the youth out there to we love them volunteering. So I go to visit schools, and I'll talk to the kids and encourage them to do winter coat drives or make sack lunches for the street teens. So that's also something that we take pride in doing, not just projects and drives. We try to just anybody who will listen, we will give them something to do. And every single time we've introduced a new person, they just fall in love, and then they're always looking to get involved. So
The website is www.thejustoneproject.com. There's a talk to us. If you click on volunteer on the homepage, we'll take you over to information about volunteering, but then just click on the contact us tab, fill out the information, or you can call direct at 702-480-2215. And is that your number?
that is,
So
yes,
just speak to Brooke directly.
absolutely.
You get the info. Get the 411.
Yep, start calling.
I love the idea of going to the schools, because if you can get some of the teenagers involved, what you're doing besides the actual project is you're setting a tone for them that may carry over for the rest of their lives, that they're able to do something that's not all, come on, teenagers, it's all about me. So if they can get something to do this way, it's going to change their perspective in terms of what's really important in life, because if they see other kids their age that have not even 1/10 of what they have, it might move them to do something that will, like I said, affect them for the rest of their lives. I love this. Great idea.
Thank you. One of my, also a great thing about the kids getting involved is children that give back and get involved in the community. They have higher self-esteem. They make friends a lot easier. They're more social. There's just so many benefits of giving back. And what's really cool is a lot of the high schools now, they have leadership academies to where they have hours that they have to get, like 100 hours. Bishop Gorman, 100 hours. Our Lady of Las Vegas, they need 100 hours. So I like to contact those schools, and I say, you need hours? Come, and I'll put you to work. And they it's just really amazing. So we have high school kids, and it's just great.
Absolutely. Allison, have you been involved in any of the projects?
You know what? I have not been involved directly with this one, but Brooke has single-handedly gotten me involved in many other things, because if I know anything about this lady, it's that she has always got her hands in the community. I see her on Facebook doing everything, especially during the holidays. I mean, if she can help anybody's table not be bare for the holidays, she's on top of it. She got me involved in the Joy Prom this year, which was the first time I had done that, and that was because of her.
Amazing.
It was
that
an incredible experience to go in and to make so many people happy. It was great, and it was because of her.
Will you ever miss a Joy Prom now?
No.
You'll always be.
Always. I will wear more comfortable shoes. shoes.
Yes. She looked fabulous. She looked.
I will definitely be
like
participating in that.
I saw some of the pictures. They were
Yeah.
outstanding.
It was great.
How did you girls meet?
Oh gosh.
Alley Cat.
We worked together.
Yep.
We worked together. I was a marketing director for real estate, and she was a real estate agent, and we just kind of clicked.
It was because I couldn't leave her alone. I fell in love with her pretty much immediately, and and she did everything in the office for everybody. I was incredibly needy, and she's.
It's
just
okay,
amazing.
you're cute. If you didn't have that going for you, I may have made you go away.
We were
but
fast friends.
we were very
immediately.
fast friends.
And
Now, was that
just
the
incredible.
old Allison?
Yes,
that
it
was.
was.
That was. Yeah.
Before New Figure Forward,
Yeah.
right?
It's
She
really
watched-
amazing.
yeah.
Right.
To see all of her posts and the beautiful transformations that she's inspiring other women to have is just. Sometimes I'll read her posts and it just. I just want to cry. Like I have chills just thinking about how far you've come. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
I just
I'm
think-
proud of you.
Yeah,
Maybe
your
we can look
family.
back and see where we came from.
If you
and-
want a hug, I'm in between.
Yeah, you are in between. Let's get a sandwich here.
No problem with that.
You cheap throat bastard. Very good. Well, listen, real quickly, we only have a few minutes left. Of course, one of the things that I want to just touch on, because Cash and I have been involved in a little bit of the pageant circuit. Why don't you talk about your crown that you currently have going on?
Well, the reason I started doing pageants, I've been told I was slightly rough around the edges, but I think that's what makes me
Who you
even
are.
better. But I got into pageantry because I wanted to try it, but I was deathfully afraid, number one, to get on stage and speak. I couldn't even bear the thought of it. And I just wanted to challenge myself. I wanted to show myself that I could do it. And I overcame my biggest fear, and I was in the Mrs. Nevada pageant, and it was really exciting, and I learned a lot about myself and self-growth. It was just incredible for so many amazing reasons, and now I am currently Mrs. Nevada Globe, and I am competing nationally in March, and I'm very excited. You won't see me like at the gym busting, and like I'm not going to be running for like 6 months.
You never have.
I'm going to go out there
you.
as me. Just I'm not taking
You
it
are
too
who you are.
seriously. I am who I am, and I'm going to have fun doing it. And
Where is the pageant being held?
the pageant's actually at the Westin in Lake Las Vegas, and it's the Mrs. Globe pageant, and it is absolutely amazing. You guys should check it out. It is like
Check it out. We're going to try to get there
you
and see
should.
it.
Front
Because
row
let me just
seats.
tell you, the ladies in this pageant, they are stunning.
Who's who's the contact person?
Stunning. That would be Dr. Tracy and Monica Klein, and they were both on Facebook.
Link me.
I'm going to have to
Send me
show
their
you
info.
some of the YouTube videos, because when I saw the videos, it's why I chose this pageant. It's very fashion forward. It's just about women being independent, smart, beautiful, sexy, and just embracing what it's like to be a woman. And I mean, it's not your average pageant.
Well, the pageants we've been involved with are
All
along
like
the
that.
lines of
They're
what
all
we're
like
talking
that.
about.
Everyone
And-
that we've emceed so far is
and-
exactly the same.
And you've said just about almost word for word everything all the other participants have talked about: self-esteem, strength, personality, the things that they learned about themselves. You've echoed just about every one of them. And that's why we've gotten involved with it, because it's more than just the skin part of the beauty.
Yes.
It's the whole person that makes up the whole beauty pageant
Right.
and what they stand for. And if you could, through Facebook, just send me their information to
Absolutely.
organizers, because Cash is right. I'd love to send them some information, but possibly having us MC it if they don't have MCs yet, because we
Absolutely.
love doing that stuff, and it helps us get out there and show Vegas that these are the right people that make up this town.
oh, absolutely.
Sounds
Absolutely.
good.
Well said, my
like
friend.
that.
I like
Not
that. That
bad.
was good.
I can't criticize him. That was a good one.
That's good.
Good job. Remember that the next time you want to send me a zinger.
Nah. Thank you so much for coming in. I wish we had some more
Yes,
time,
thank
but
you for
we're
having
going to
me.
stay in touch with all these
Wonderful.
events.
Wonderful.
We're going to bring you back on some updates, and
Perfect.
Especially
Allison.
when you get closer to projects and that
Perfect.
pageant.
Absolutely,
Sure.
absolutely.
Perfect. Very
Allison, always
excited.
good to see you.
Good to see you.
We'll get you on for a full update of all that's happening in your world real soon.
We will
Love
see
it.
Allison on Saturday.
We'll see. Oh, that's right, for the
That's
party.
right.
That's right.
Are you bringing the camera? You do official photographer or not?
Oh, you know what? I will. Yeah, that would be a
job.
great opportunity to get some cute ones of
There
the
you go.
kids.
We'll build
right.
your portfolio somehow.
There
Yep.
you go.
Love it.
Thank you, ladies. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you so much.
The organization is the Just One Project. Check it out online. The only thing I noticed on your website you may want to think about for donations at some point, put a PayPal link on there for people.
It
to
is
make
on there.
Oh, I missed it. Okay.
It's on there. It's on the top left, but also our Facebook page. Like us on Facebook, the Just One Project, and you can get all of our information there. And we post cute little inspirational quotes. So if you have a great one, email it to me, and I would love to post it
Well,
for you.
consider Aaron Phillips a new like because I'm doing it right now.
Yay!
There you go.
As soon as I get,
644, number
it.
644. It's official. I
Excellent.
love
Well,
it.
good.
and
You know
I'll
what?
probably be 6:45 when I get home.
I love it. Thank you.
And then you got to come back and like Vegas Unwrapped Internet Radio.
Yeah.
I already did. Hello.
Oh, that's right. You're on it.
Done.
already. We're only 4 away from
I'm ahead.
1,500. We
Wow.
need 4 more.
I tell you to get a hold of Mrs. Bobcat on
I
this,
know.
but you won't listen.
I know. I'm pig-headed.
All right.
All right. That's just part of who I am.
That's a self-admitting prophecy.
That's right. Well, you know what they say, the first step to recovery, right? You
gotta
have a
recognize you have the problem.
All right, when we come back, we'll do some bantering or unwrap treasures or something goofy, who knows, before we go to the top of the hour. You're listening to Vegas Unwrapped on VegasAllNetRadio.com, whether it's on your phone, iPad, iPod, downloadable app, we appreciate you tagging along. Phillips and Cash, Bobcat on the board, JPEG behind the camera, you the listener. We'll be back right after this. All right, welcome back to Vegas Unwrapped. Aaron Phillips, Ricky Cash, Mr. Cash, once again talking with Brooke and, of course, Allison. Goes right in line with what you always talk about in terms of our city giving back to itself. And here you got you got Brooke and her husband. Allison, you're not originally from Vegas, right?
No, I am not. I am a South Jersey girl.
That's right. I forgot about that.
That's my girl,
That's
South
right.
Jersey.
But I mean, you've got Brooke who started this organization to give back to the community. And we talked about this all the time about how
Constantly.
this city opens its heart up to itself. And to formulate an organization that she has that allows the community of all ages, because I can speak about my daughters who were involved with us with Kiwanis.
Right from the beginning, they
And
were 6 years old.
They were earlier than that. They were infants when Rob and I would take them to Kiwanis events, and they learned the value of community, and they learned the value of having what we had, and the importance when we were doing toy drives of taking $5 out of their own bank and going out to buy a toy for our toy drives. And I think the outreach that she's doing is tremendous work, not only for the young people of our community, but really all people of our community.
If nothing else, if Vegas Unwrapped goes down in history with some sort of mission statement, the mission statement was and always has been and always will be, this is what we want to do to show that Vegas is not just about gambling, the Strip, and strip clubs, that we really want to show the world that this is a community that's really unto itself. I've never seen a community have more organizations that try to give back to its people and its problems or whatever the case may be.
Absolutely.
It's an amazing place, isn't
Absolutely. And what's nice about it is Brooke is a rather young individual who started this cause for the city. Think about it. I mean, she's not a 50 or 60-year-old business person who has nothing to do with their time. She's raising a family, 3 boys.
I was going to say, where do you have the time to do all of that
exactly.
stuff? I mean,
Exactly.
hey, listen, I know people that have 3 kids,
Right.
and they don't have time to breathe.
Right.
So it's amazing that, she's been able to accomplish so much, as you said, in such a short period of time.
Absolutely.
The fact that she has a supportive husband doesn't hurt.
No question.
Yeah,
And
he's
obviously they have their own business. He's got a business.
Yeah.
The 3 boys ranging, what did she say, 18 months to 10 or whatever it was?
That's wild.
I mean, it's a tip of the cap to her and what she's doing, what she's trying to do. And quite frankly, I'm looking forward to getting involved with, the Ron McDonald House again and doing those holiday baskets.
You want to cash as him?
Yeah.
Doesn't hurt that she's very hot, too.
Oh, stop it. Oh, stop it. There we go.
Well,
Get it out
I
of
want
the
her to
system.
hear that on the
I see.
on the podcast.
Gotcha. Man, I'm sure she will. And then her husband will chase your ass
listen,
down.
I'm almost 70 years old. I can get away with this stuff.
Why, you're going to claim insanity?
I'm going to claim old age. Come on.
That is a cashism right there.
I'm telling you.
Boy, we haven't had a good cashism in a couple of weeks. You're slipping. Vegas Unwrapped Internet Radio is the Facebook page. page. We're at 1496. We just need 4 more to hit our goal of
come on.
1,500 before the end of August, which is our original goal. And please do that. And if you already like us, please invite your friends to join us as well. Also, too, check out the new things on our website, vegasunwrapped.net. We've got some updated pictures, videos, many other surprises on there.
Couple of upcoming announcements.
Right. We added JPEG to our About Us page, so you can learn all about John, the man behind the camera. And we'll be hearing more from John as time goes on, because he is a very integral part of our future success for Vegas Unwrapped internet radio show. So,
Am I on that page?
are you on that page? No, you should be, though.
You really should. I can't imagine why you're not.
I need a headshot and a bio.
Headshot and a bio.
I can do that.
All right, send
Because
it and email it to me.
you know, we've said this to you from the very beginning that you are an integral part of this show,
Right.
And you remember when they tried to boot you off here and we fought for you?
Well, no, they didn't try to boot me. I mean, they just started at. Well, I won't even get into
No,
that.
that's old news.
Did we not?
Yes, you did.
prevail?
Yes,
we
you did.
prevailed.
You've got
prevailed.
to keep what you wish to have kept.
Right, and now I got you with all the Vegas Unwrapped
You
shows.
better tell this JPEG. I'm one finger away from calling Frank right now.
I'm telling you, we're going to have some fun with these two.
Oh, my gosh.
You know,
It's
especially
like Tom
when
and
we-
Jerry over
yeah,
here.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah, go for it.
4 in the booth. 4 in the booth.
Oh my goodness. He's just a half a call away, Frank. I'll be making it. Good evening, everybody. Vegas Unwrapped. Yours truly, the Bobcat at the Sports Desk. Let's start with the NFL action right now. Actually, just finished, done it all over with Philadelphia winner over Pittsburgh in preseason football, 31-21.
Yikes.
Games to look at this weekend: Carolina and New England, the Giants and the Jets. You two will all be getting together, man. Jacksonville and Detroit, Oakland and Green Bay, Cincinnati or Chicago and Seattle will be getting together. Tampa Bay and Buffalo, Tennessee and Atlanta, Dallas and Miami, Washington and Baltimore, New Orleans and Indianapolis will match up this weekend, and the Kansas City Chiefs will see the Minnesota Vikings. Will we get to see Johnny football this weekend? Well, he'll get locked and loaded against St. Louis. Denver's at Houston, and the 49ers will visit San Diego, and the final for this weekend will be Cincinnati and Arizona. Real quickly, like for baseball scores, not too many games on the circuit tonight, but I'll get for you 4-3 San Francisco over Chicago. That's at the bottom of the 6th inning, bottom of the 3rd right now. It's scoreless against the Dodgers and San Diego. Finals today: Chicago a winner, the Yankees a winner today, Tampa Bay a winner, Minnesota a winner, Washington a winner, and Atlanta over Cincinnati 8-zip, and the Angels over Boston 2-zip. No report on your Mets today. I
They
guess
had a day off, thank
all right.
goodness.
Yeah, they won by not playing.
Right, but this is a big weekend for you two here.
Yeah, I know.
The Jets and the Giants are going at it, man.
And week 3 is the week in preseason that you do play your starters for about 3/4 of the game. Week 4, nobody plays except the guys that are trying to make the team.
Yeah, they're on the bubble.
So this should be a really fun time with the Giants and the Jets. The Giants have no shot.
No shot at all.
None. No shot.
No. Well,
See, this shows you how important the preseason is to Jets fans. If they're hanging their hat on the success of the football season on the 3rd preseason game against the Giants, you know they're going to have a crappy year.
Yeah.
So it's okay. We'll deal with it.
and of course, Cleveland has already made the announcements that they will start Mr. Hoyer over Johnny Football
Yes.
in game number 1.
Well, yeah,
Which is the right decision.
We expected that. Their first 3 games are against 3 tough teams. I think they play Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, and the other team in their division,
Baltimore.
So after they're 0-3, then they can justify bringing Johnny in there, and that's when he's going to start his season.
Real quickly, what do you think the most expensive franchise is, and how much it is worth in the United States?
In what league?
Sporting franchise, any baseball,
now
football.
Now it would have to be the L.A. Clippers. They sold for $2 billion.
Okay.
No, it's the Dallas Cowboys.
And how much are they worth, sir?
Like $500 billion or something.
$32 billion, sir.
Get the hell! Oh, wow!
There's only one other sports franchise that's more, and that is
Manchester United?
Yes, that is correct. That is the only other one.
What a surprise!
There you go. All right.
Wow!
All right, before we go to
That's good
break,
information.
want to just touch on it. We usually talk about events and stuff that we do at the top of the show.
Sure.
But you can kill that. You
Okay.
can kill that.
All righty.
As a matter of fact, if you want, if you can bring up Rise by Herb Alpert.
Hold on just a second.
YouTube seems to have less of an issue with that song than they do with Indiana Jones. I want to just touch on
Probably because they don't know who Herb is.
Yeah, right. This Saturday, while you were back east attending the wedding, I got a great opportunity to host an event
Of the guests we had last week.
Mosaic Sky Performing Arts Center. It's an organization that works with special needs. They say children, but the reality is it's adults too, young adults, teens, early 20s with disabilities. And they did a show called The Circle of Life, which was a takeoff on
The Lion King.
The Lion King. And and there's pictures posted. Go to their Facebook page, Mosaic Sky. It is absolutely tremendous. What I got to co-host it with a gal. Her name was Lillian McMorris. She used to be on Channel 5, and she does radio and TV in town, and that was a thrill to meet her. They have a big fall event coming up in December, where they're basically, I think they're going to be doing the show again. And folks, once we get the date, if you can come out, you want to talk about a heartwarming situation to see these kids perform, and have no fear whatsoever. Have no fear to go out there and sing a solo, and go out there and perform and dance with whatever they got going on. God bless them. I walked out of there so humbled by their own ability to perform. So please check them out, Mosaic Sky Performing Arts Center, and see what they're all about. And, of course, this Saturday, Mr. Cash, you and I are going to be at the Orleans Hotel. JPEG's going to be there with us for a little bit. It's the Senior Spotlight Spectacular. We had Nina 10 on the show last week. And it's really an event that is geared towards 50 and over, but really it's geared for anybody that wants to think about their future and connections, and there's music and performances and all kinds of stuff.
I kid everybody about this event with the chocolate at every table.
Right.
But I got to tell you, the vendors that are there, they're so giving, and they really, really want to help. And you can actually change the lives of seniors,
right,
by listening to what some of these people have to say. I think it's fabulous.
No question. So the event is from 11 until 3 down at the Orleans. I think they're going to open the doors early at 10:30, but figure it to at least be 11. There'll be food, entertainment. A couple of the entertainers we know, Peter Pavone, Jeannie Bry is going to be there. Yep. Big band, and the name of the band escapes me. But come on down. Vegas Unwrapped will be there. Stop by, say hello, and we'll give you a signed autograph picture or something. I don't know.
No question.
And a pen.
And a pen.
And a pen.
We got 4,000 pens.
I do.
Crazy, man.
Some with flashlights, some not with flashlights. All right, that takes us to the top of the hour.
Good job.
When we come back on the other side, celebrity birthdays, dates in history, and then Dylan Angle from There Is No Hero in Heroin coming up with his organization. And
that'll be about 8:15.
You will not want to miss what this individual has to say about his organization and how it got started. You're listening to Vegas Unwrapped on VegasAllNetRadio.com. Phillips and Cash coming at you. Hour number 2 right around the corner. All right, welcome back to Vegas Unwrapped as we're getting settled here with our next guest coming up after celebrity birthdays and dates in history. We want to thank you for listening. I'll tell you what, Mr. Cash, no one is going to want to turn away the volume with our next guest when we meet with Dylan. There is no hero in heroin. We met him back in May at the Super May Day event down at Fremont Street, and then as we're talking here before we came back on the air, we found out we've known his father for 3 years through the Southwest Relay for Life.
Southeast.
Southeast.
It's really South Valley.
South Valley, down at
Foothills
High School. So yeah, for sure, it is a small world. You're not going to want to miss Dylan's time with us. All right, if you are celebrating a birthday today, August 20th, we want to wish you a happy birthday from all of us here at Vegas Unwrapped Internet Radio.
We got a slight correction.
What's that?
Today's the 21st.
Oh, it is the 21st.
Yes, it is.
So let me start by saying happy birthday to my son Matthew from yesterday.
Yeah, happy birthday, Matthew. I'm going to have to change websites because I didn't even realize. You know what? All day long, I was kind of like, what is today's date?
Well, this has been a crazy week. It seems like it should be later,
yes,
but I know it's the end of August when kids start school, and that's
on
this coming Monday.
That's right.
And you should absolutely know that with your wife being an assistant principal.
Yeah, well, that doesn't always work. That doesn't always work. All right, here we go. You ready?
Yep.
Demi Lovato She's a Disney ball of anger who's punched a backup dancer because she was pissed about being fat, then went to rehab so she could stop cutting herself and learn to appreciate the fact that she's richer than 99% of the world's population. So she's obviously a Disney actress on the Disney Channel.
She is, and she's pretty good. I mean,
She's actually a former judge on American Idol, too, for a season.
unbelievable. I'd say she's about 24.
I'm going to say that the young lady's 28 years of age today.
How about 22, gentlemen? Andrew Garfield, the latest installment of Spider-Man. He also played Eduardo Saverin, the guy who gets screwed over in The Social Network about Facebook. How old is Andrew Garfield?
He's got to be pretty young. I'm going to say about 28.
26.
31, gentlemen.
Boy, you know, Spider-Man should always be under 30.
Right.
Amy Adams is turning how old?
No, not today.
Yeah.
August 21st?
Yeah.
Amy Adams?
Amy Adams.
Amy Adams. Who was Amy Adams?
Oh, are you kidding me?
She was Giselle in Enchanted and as Amelia Earhart in The Night at the Museum Battle of the Smithsonian.
And the last movie was tremendous. Well, she was also Trouble with the Curve,
Right.
With and American Hustle,
Right.
She got an Oscar nomination for that. In fact, did she win?
I don't think so. I don't know.
She might have. It doesn't matter. Well, some people. She's hot. Of course, she's hot. She's 34.
35.
You guys are bananas. You know that. You're killing me. You're killing me. Amy Adams is 40 years old, gentlemen.
Way.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. The 40's the new 25. Then.
Actress Joan Allen. She was the mom who turned from black and white to naughty colors in Pleasantville. The Pleasantville movie.
Yeah, I remember that. Say she's 45.
I was going to say 47.
Tell me she's 28. Go ahead.
58.
58. Wow.
Yeah. Weatherman Al Roker.
I studied the wrong page. You know, I'm telling you, all the people that I thought were going to be on today, I think he's on the wrong date, if you ask me.
Al Roker.
63. He is on the wrong page.
No, I'm not.
Oh,
I'm just acknowledging their answers.
Okay. No, Al's older than that. Al Roker's 69.
Al Roker's 60 years old.
Wow.
You guys are sucking wind tonight.
Like I said, maybe we both studied the wrong page.
We aged that guy real good, man.
News person Connie Chung. Married to Maury Povich.
Still?
He is.
Still.
Wonder how many paternity tests she had.
Oh, that is so great. Are you kidding me? That is the comment of the night. I love it.
Connie Chung.
Connie Chung's
63 years of it. Young.
66.
68, however, would be the correct answer. So you guys are all around it. Hold on one second. Let me, I just lost the page here. Hold on.
Maybe he'll get the right date. I'm telling you, I wish I had my phone with me.
So you studied is what you're
This
saying.
morning I looked it up, sure. He's been getting, I had to beat him last week without studying, but I figured this week he'd be back in the hunt.
You're crazy, you know that?
It's
That's because you know what? You didn't work today.
It's Ricky.
That's why I had all this time on your hands.
Yeah, well,
Let's see.
back to work tomorrow.
Yeah. Hold on. My computer is slow right now.
So another shout out to
Yeah, do another shout out. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Just CenturyLink.
CenturyLink.
Yeah, by the way, goodbye CenturyLink.
Yeah, when are you going to the cops?
Hopefully Monday or Tuesday.
Good job.
Yeah. That's crazy. You know, I got to tell that story. Can
Please
I tell
do.
it?
I mean, it's
while I'm bringing up the website here.
That's fine.
Because I froze. Anyway, I'm uploading all the videos that we take. You know,
And you have taken uploaded more videos.
we have over 200 videos
in the last month than you did in the first 4 years.
You're not kidding. And you're not kidding. So all of a sudden, when I was talking to JPEG last week, and he said to run an internet test thing on my computer. So I ran the test, and my download speed was like 10 megabytes per second, which isn't bad, you know, for downloads. But my upload was 0.72 megabytes per second, less than 1 megabyte. No wonder why a 2-minute video was taking an hour and a half to upload.
Unbelievable. Then he ran it on mine, and he looked at me and says, yours is worse. I said, good thing I don't upload anything.
So I ended up calling CenturyLink to find out if there was a problem. They ran all sorts of tests, the whole shebang. They said, no, you're paying for what you're getting. I said, 0.72 upload megabytes per second speed? So I said, well, if there is not a way for me to improve that in any way, shape, or form, I'm going to have to change service because I live on this thing and I upload all the time. So I went on to Cox.com, and they actually have packages where I'm going to get 50 megabytes for downloads and up to 5 megabytes for uploads for like $10 more than what I'm paying now to CenturyLink.
Goodbye.
I mean, it's
la vista.
Hasta la vista, baby.
You got it.
Anyway, my page is frozen, so we're going to go to some dates in history.
All right.
All right, here we go. And I will tell you that these dates in history are based on yesterday's date. The birthdays were not, but the dates in histories are.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
Here we go. What year did British Prime Minister Winston Churchill pay tribute to the Royal Air Force, saying, quote, never in the field of human conflict was so much owed by so many to so few.
He said that, I think he said it during the war. So I'm going to say, I'll go for 1942.
1940, however, would be the correct answer.
Right at the beginning of the war.
What year did President Lyndon Johnson sign a nearly $1 billion anti-poverty measure? And as we see it today, it worked.
I'm going to say 1966.
1964, however, would still be the correct answer. What year did Nolan Ryan of the California Angels become the first major league pitcher to have a fastball clocked at over 100 miles per hour, and he did it without steroids? We think.
1983.
1974 would be the correct answer.
Well, I thought it was later in his career.
What year did the United States launch Voyager 2, an unmanned spacecraft carrying a 12-inch gold-plated phonograph record that scientists hope aliens would find and play to learn about Earth?
Yeah, you know what song they played?
What's that?
I can't think of one. I would if I should have had some thought on that.
How
about 1967?
How about 1977?
All right, there you go.
There you go. After 10 years, the tantric sex master Sting finally married his saucy live-in lover Trudy Styler. They were married 20 years.
Wow.
What year did they get married, man?
1984.
Yeah, you would think, right?
No.
1992 was when they actually got married.
How about that?
After 10 years of being together, so.
Yeah, really.
What year did President Clinton approve the first minimum wage increase in 5 years, raising the hourly minimum by 90 cents to a whopping $5.15 an hour? Of course, the current rate is $7.25, roughly.
Mm-hmm.
So what year was that?
1995.
1996 would be the right answer.
Dagnammit.
Yeah, exactly. Snoop Doggy Dogg settled out of court with the Waldo Marion family in a wrongful death suit, which they brought against him 3 years earlier. 20-year-old Philip Waldo Marion was shot and killed by Snoop's bodyguard from the back of a moving car that Snoop was driving. What year?
Wow, Snoop
Dogg got bitten.
1993.
1996 would be the correct answer. And last but not least, mercifully, Alabama dedicated a 50-mile stretch of Interstate 65 to the memory of Hank Williams, renaming that section the Hank Williams Memorial Lost Highway.
Now, that's not Hank Williams Jr. who got kicked off the air. Hank Williams, let's see. I'll say 2001.
1997 would be the correct answer, and that's it, man.
Mercifully, I go home with a zero head.
You're wearing the golden sombrero tonight.
Ooh, baby.
Jeez, on all fronts. All right. Phone number 702-483-4444. I can't believe we still have the show tickets up for grabs.
Yeah, well, they're out there, and they will continue to be out there, not only here, but through our Facebook. We'll tell you how soon.
That's right.
And a few other places. Whenever we go out on location, we'll give them out as well.
Okay. Coming up next, Mr. Dylan Angle. There's no hero in heroin. Coming up on the other side of the break, you'll not want to miss Mr. Dylan with us and what his organization is all about. You're listening to Vegas Unwrapped Internet Radio. 702-483-4444 is the number. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back to Vegas Unwrapped. Aaron Phillips, Ricky Cash, JPEG on the camera, Bobcat on the board. By the way, I got to send out a quick shout out and a good feeling kind of message. Jim Kelly, former Buffalo Bills quarterback,
Tremendous news.
Was found to be cancer-free from his latest round of chemotherapy and drugs and whatever he's needed to get right. So we want to send our well wishes to Jim Kelly, and glad to hear that he is cancer-free at this point.
6-8 months ago, they were ready to write his obituary.
Yeah.
I mean, it was really that serious.
Absolutely.
Sinus cancer. That's one I've never heard of.
Absolutely.
Can you imagine that?
No, I can't. All right, joining us at this time is a gentleman we had the pleasure of meeting back in May down on Fremont Street during the Super May Day event, where everybody got to dress up as superheroes to try to break a world record. Unfortunately, it wasn't broken, but we got to see a lot of interesting people dress up in costumes.
That was nice.
And one of the folks we met was the gentleman to my left, and his name is Dylan Angle, and he represents an organization called There Is No Hero in Heroin. So we want to welcome you to Vegas Unwrapped.
It's nice to be here.
Thank you for coming in tonight. A small world story, Mr. Cash, as we talked about during the break. I saw a gentleman by the name of Joe Engel, who we know through the Relay for Life event that we do down in the South End at Foothills High School, and he made a comment about Dylan, and I'm like, I just connected the dots.
Nice job.
That Dylan is Joe's son, who Joe has the best grilling apparatus during the Relay for Life event.
Keeps us full,
and we make him rich. So
That's right.
Anyway, welcome to the show. It's nice to finally get you on here, and so let's talk about the organization. Give us a little background, your history. What? You just had an epiphany.
Yeah, Dylan took my order at Relay for Life. Now I remember it. You were there, weren't you?
That's right.
Absolutely. He took my order for the cheesesteak.
He can't remember what he did 5 flipping minutes ago.
It just hit me.
We're talking about an April event.
Well, cheesesteaks have a special place.
Yeah, you're not kidding.
Dylan's got it. Now go right back to it.
Now, that must mean you must have taken mine, because you and I ordered at the same time.
Yeah, it was amazing.
That's funny.
Because I looked at it, oh, yeah, I know him.
Now, there's an epiphany.
But it's funny because we met him in May, like 2 weeks after the
thereabouts,
event,
yeah.
and I don't remember
he was in a
that at all.
costume. But he was in a costume.
Yeah, I guess.
What were you dressed as again?
I was actually Captain Hindsight from the South Park TV show.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's right. That's right.
No wonder I didn't recognize.
That's right.
Yeah, I had a very few people recognizing me.
Well, you can go to our YouTube channel and check out the video we did that day, 'cause you're in it from our YouTube remote that we were doing
Yeah, if you
from
can
there.
find it after 1,600 videos.
Yeah, I'm telling you. All right, so give us some history on the organization. How did it get started? What created it? All that sort of stuff. Give us some background on the organization and yourself.
Well, we actually started. The organization is There's No Hero in Heroin. It started in Tucson, Arizona, I believe, by this lady Janice Nargi. She's going to be in town this weekend for the event as well. But she is the mother of a heroin addict, recovered heroin addict, and she wrote a book and started the organization out there, and my dad caught wind of it. I have a brother who passed away from a heroin overdose back in July of 2011, and my dad was just looking for a way to help others going through the same thing that he was, and myself, I'm a recovered heroin addict as well since May of 2012. I haven't touched. Yeah, thank you. But yes, our family is deeply affected by heroin use. And my dad just really wanted to do what he could to help the city and help the town, and he started the organization out here back in July of 2012, a year after my brother had passed away.
So what is it that you actually do, and how do you outreach to the community?
We started off very small. My dad started off with a few people, a few friends and volunteers in his kitchen, actually. It went from his kitchen, and we just brainstormed from there, and we started with very small things through garage sales, trying to raise funds, and our goal is to educate the public of the epidemic, because it's amazing how many people don't even know how bad the problem is out here right now.
Tell us a little bit about how bad the problem is.
I myself got started on heroin a little late. I was 19 years old, which is kind of old for heroin out here. We have kids starting in middle and high school, and I've through recovery I've met 12 people who have passed away in these 2 years I've been sober, and that's just people that I've seen, that I've touched. That have been around me, that I personally have met, and it's outstanding. We have the 4th highest overdose deaths in the country, in Nevada itself.
Is heroin only able to be injected in, or is it come in other forms now?
No,
I mean, going back to my day,
definitely,
you had to have a needle.
Right, that's what people think. That's why when you hear heroin, it's a scary drug that nobody wants to touch because it's so closely related with needles, and people are really scared of that. And it's like the last house on the block is heroin, and nowadays it's not that hard to get it. It's not that hard to use it. You can smoke it off a tinfoil, which is what the kids do. It's how you get started. It goes from prescription medication, opiates, to heroin, and that's the route that I took myself. I was addicted to prescription pills for a number of years, and it happens. It's happened countless times, and I've heard the story. It's the same story. They get too expensive and they get too hard to find, so people turn to heroin. It's an economic decision.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah.
So talk about how the recovery period is. I mean, obviously, I got to imagine the battle to get clean was not easy. Talk about your experience and how you were able to get past that.
Well, my first stint in rehab was a few months after my brother had passed away. I didn't even start doing heroin until after he had passed away from an overdose, which is insane.
It's
wrong.
Yeah, well, it's kind of wild. I mean,
yes, oh yeah.
What was your thought process as to why you started in with that? Was it grief?
Somewhat. My way to deal with emotions and feelings was to cover it up with drugs in the first place anyway. So to deal with that, I just went my normal route. I was addicted to painkillers, and I had been a drinker since I was 13, and I had touched many drugs in my life, and I settled on pills, which then turned to heroin, which was a few months after my brother had passed away. In October 2011, I went to rehab. Can I say the place I went to?
Absolutely.
It's Harris Springs Ranch, which is a West Care facility up on Mount Charleston. I did 4.5 months up there, and it wasn't my first time around recovery. I've grown up around recovery. I have people in my family who have been sober for many years, and I've always been around it, and I know of it. And that was my first time being in a rehab, and I just wasn't ready at the time. I wasn't ready to get sober, and when I got out, I started using heroin again, and I used it for about a month and a half, and my family had an intervention on me and moved me to a sober living house, and I can't say that I wanted to at first. I didn't want to stay sober at first. It was scary. It was very scary.
It's not what you knew.
No, exactly.
It wasn't familiar to you.
For 7 years,
right.
I had drank and drugged, and that was it. That was my life. That's how I coped. That's how I dealt with life. That's how I dealt with myself, and I wasn't excited. I wasn't thrilled about it. It was just the end.
Right.
And I felt that, and I knew it, and I just started in the recovery process from there. Strictly out of fear of losing everything and giving everything up was the reason that I got in. I consider myself a miracle and consider myself very lucky to have gotten out of it at this age.
Is it still a struggle for you to stay sober?
Not so much. It's not it's not really about not using anymore for me. It's about learning to be okay with myself and live with myself and develop relationships with others and to do what I can to help other people. And this Tin High organization is a great way to reach out and help people. Other than I'm involved in a recovery program, and I'm involved with many kids in different core programs already. And Tin High is just another outlet for me to channel the energy that I'm trying to help others with.
Here's what I find interesting. You use the word sober the same way that alcoholics use sober. All right? Does that mean that within your recovery you can't do anything that will alter your are you allowed again I don't know enough about this.
I understand.
You're allowed to take a drink.
I totally understand your question, and I choose not to. I choose not to. For somebody like me, and I can't speak for all heroin addicts because not all heroin addicts are like me. I choose not to use any mind-altering substances.
There you go.
Mood-altering substances.
And of course, that obviously makes sense. But I just wanted to hear if that was part of the recovery process that once you commit to obviously not using heroin anymore, does that commit you also to stay away from all mind-altering drugs?
We condone it. I personally have seen the most success from people that drop all mood and mind-altering substances, and it's not something that I am adamant about. It's something that I do, and that's what's worked for me, and that's how I can help others, is to tell them my story and and just show them how I got to this way of life and how it's worked for me, and that's the best I can do is share with them my story.
Well, obviously, your story is remarkable, and the fact that you're now putting it towards this organization. What do? Do you go out to organizations? Do you go to schools? How do you tell your story to others that absolutely need to hear it?
Well, our first big event was it was called Black Monday back in February. It was covered by several news organizations, and it was directly after Philip Seymour Hoffman's death.
Yes,
which was a major celebrity who died from a heroin overdose, and we got plenty of media coverage through that, and we had partnerships with the city, and we had sheriffs there, and we had different politicians there, and I got to share through the news part of my story, and what we do with Tin High, we hold meetings at Solutions Recovery once a month. We actually have a meeting coming up on September 14th, which is a Sunday at noon, and if anybody has if they want any more information, they go to our website, tinhighlasvegas.info, to find out about that. And that's just a way for people that want to volunteer and don't necessarily know what to do or how to help. They can come there, and we can work together and hold events like we're holding this Saturday.
Yeah, I just went on the website. By the way, the website is TINHIH LasVegas.info. And as I pulled up the website, you have an event coming up this Saturday, the 2014 International Overdose Awareness Day from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the East Las Vegas Community Center, which is down on 250 North Eastern Avenue. Prevention, Treatment, and Recovery Resource Fair, hosted by the City of Las Vegas Addiction Work Group of the Mayor's Faith Initiative. Panel of people with real-life expertise talking about their experiences with heroin, the battle against addiction, long-term recovery, and those who love them. What a great resource that is to let folks know that there are others out there, like you said, like them, and they just need the support to get started.
That's right.
So
now, do you have a source of raising money to help you send this message out to the community?
At the moment, it's slow going. It's a slow build up. We started out with garage sales, like I mentioned, and that's a small way to start raising funds. And we also work with this other nonprofit charity, because we're a nonprofit. All of our work is done by volunteers. We don't offer any money to anybody that works with us. And we work with this other nonprofit, which is called Charitweet, and they developed a way for people to donate to different nonprofit organizations through Twitter, which is it's a startup company, and it's quickly gaining ground, and they work with several other nonprofits at the moment, and through that we've been able to raise funds, and through Black Monday, which was our first event, we were able to raise enough funds to start sending people through sober living houses. That's our main objective, is to be able to start a fund, to provide scholarships to young alcoholics or heroin addicts, to send them through sober living houses. And we're partnered with Freedom House at the moment, and we have successfully sent 3 people through their first month of recovery in Freedom House.
That's awesome. How many recovery programs are available here in Las Vegas, and do they differentiate between alcohol and drugs?
They do. We have plenty of inpatient, which is overnight, 30 to 60 to 90 day programs for rehabilitation, and those offer services to any addict or any alcoholic, and that's what we're trying to do also, is to help. We started a petition to help move one of our congressmen to vote for this bill that's going to allow Medicare to help pay for inpatient recovery, which it does not right now in the state of Nevada, and that would be a huge step for recovery in the city and for recovery in the state.
That's another question I was meaning to ask you. I mean, what happens if somebody needs treatment but is penniless? Let's put it that way.
There's several 12-step programs out there. We support and condone anything that works for anybody. But at the moment, yes, it's like you said, it is very hard for somebody that's broke to get an inpatient treatment or to get recovery that way. It's very hard, and we're working on to do what we can to help change that and help alleviate that.
Want to step aside for a quick break, Dylan? Can you stick around for a few more minutes?
Oh, definitely.
Excellent. The website is called TINHIH, TinHigh, LasVegas.info. Give us a call at 702-483-4444 if you have any questions. You're listening to Vegas Unwrapped on Vegas All Net Radio. We'll be back with more with Dylan right after this. Oh, my goodness gracious. Welcome back to Vegas Unwrapped.
Even Bobcat still
hesitated on that one.
Yeah,
yes.
that was good.
Once again, during the commercial breaks, we tend to have some of the most interesting conversations when the mics are not on.
I'm going to put the plugs in here.
No,
We'll call them outtakes.
Yeah, exactly. Outtakes.
Oh, my goodness.
Jeez Louise. Mr. Bobcat, looks like you're about to say something, sir.
That's all right.
Joining us on the microphone is Mr. Dylan Angle. There is no hero in heroin. I wanted to. I don't know if there's a way to change that just a little bit, but there is a hero. I think you're a hero, Dylan, in that you've taken the power of the ability to get sober. And you took the opportunity that was presented to you when your family did the intervention.
That's right.
And you made the choice, because you said the first time you weren't ready to be sober, but you crossed that bridge and you finally decided to. I think there is a hero in you because you did overcome your demons, and although the yearnings may not be as strong, I got to imagine, like an alcoholic, they always say once an alcoholic, always an alcoholic, no matter how dry you are. To stay the right path and take that energy of the negative of your experience and turn it into a very, very, very strong positive into the organization that you and your dad have started here. I think that is a hero in my mind. That's a definition of a hero.
I couldn't agree with you more. It's not. Look, there are people that go into recovery.
Mm-hmm.
They recover. They go on with their lives, but they don't take from what they've gone through and then try to help others. And again, I'm not criticizing those people. It's hard enough to come back to the world of the living, right?
Right.
But in his case, to take it to the next level and say, okay, I've helped myself, but now because I've learned that there are so many people out there that need help, I'm going to take the time and devote my life or whatever, I don't know if you're doing this full time or whatever the case may be, but whatever time he's devoting to it, he's making that something that's going to make something really, really terrific.
No question.
I couldn't agree with you more.
Yeah,
hero. We've got a hero here.
Yeah, absolutely.
I appreciate the kind words, guys. That's great to hear.
Well, this world is, we used to say this when we were involved in our community service organization, and our guest earlier tonight was talking about community service and having kids get involved. And there's just too many things out there where there's not the right kind of influences within our society, whether it starts at home with parenting or whatever people want to blame. I think the more positive influences that are in our society today, and I'm not talking superstars, because some of them are genuine, some of them are just, they've got a hand in their back and they're speaking the words of somebody else. You are, for the lack of better terminology, a regular guy. You are an everyday Joe. You're an everyday man. And to step up and do what you do, our society needs to hear that, because you are a positive influence. Now, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, was it looked upon that way? No, of course not. But you had your issues and reasons. But you've overcome them, and you are nothing but a positive influence. And I think those who walk that fine line of getting into trouble need to hear your message that you can get on the other side of the mountain.
That's right.
If you want to. And you can recover, and you can be sober and lead a normal life.
Right, and that's something that we're also aiming to do, is to take away the stigma of addiction, of heroin, in those terms. Because when people hear that somebody was an addict, they automatically just assume that guy is the junkie on the street,
right,
or the guy that's robbing your house. It has this bad stigma to it, and that's what we're trying to do, is just show people that yes, there is a different life out there.
Right.
There's a much better life out there, and it's not a shame to be an addict. I went through what I had to go through. And I believe that it's my job to do what I can to help the other people that went through the same thing and are going through the same thing.
Right. Absolutely. Mr. Cash?
It's just a moving story. But I really think the more important part of this for Dylan and the rest of the community that's out there that needs to know what he's doing and why he's doing it, I think that makes all the difference. How do people contact you, Dylan?
They can contact us through our Twitter. It's Tin High Las Vegas, TINHIH Las Vegas. They can contact us through our Facebook, which is the same name, Tin High Las Vegas, or through our website, tinhighlasvegas.info, TINHIH lasvegas.info, and also today after the fundraiser, or after the event, International Overdose Awareness Day, we're holding a fundraiser at select Buffalo Wild Wings across town, and they're going to donate 10% of all proceeds to Tin High. And all you have to do,
ones?
Let us know, because twist our arm.
If you say the Buffalo Wild Wings on North Durango near 95, we're there.
We'll be there. Actually, it's the 215, but
215, and 95 is over
it's right there too. Yeah,
it's between the two.
Well, we have 10271 Southeastern Avenue.
That's
out in
kind of in
Henderson.
Henderson.
That's right, it's southeastern Henderson. I have a couple other. I'm searching for them.
That's
right
okay.
now.
Well, I'll tell you what. When you get the information,
Let us know.
Or if I know your dad is probably listening, you can post that information up on the Vegas Unwrapped fan page as well, and let folks know what they could do for sure.
Oh yes, I have the other three right here.
Okay, go ahead.
We have 190 West Craig Road, North Las Vegas. We have 6640 North Durango.
That's us.
That's us.
That's sweet.
That's us. When is that?
We got a winner.
When is the fundraiser?
That's Saturday, starting at noon at that location.
This Saturday.
This Saturday.
Figures.
To when? Noon to when?
Noon to closing.
Oh, okay.
All of Saturday, yeah. So if you're hungry, you can stop by. I don't know if they have Philly cheesesteaks.
I don't.
But it's there.
No, it's Buffalo Wild Wings. There's no cheesesteak. But it looks like your dad is monitoring the Facebook page, because he just put up that I saw it come up on my screen. Come on down Saturday if you can.
Well, let's
not eat so much at Kyrie's party.
Let's ask the question there, Phillips. What are you doing Saturday night? Oh my God!
Well, I guess we're going to go to Buffalo Wild Wings for a while.
I guess we have to.
Oh, absolutely.
And I would want to. Too.
Yeah, no
Even
question.
if it's just for dessert, they've got they've got some good chocolate up there.
I know, but isn't there a cake for Kyrie's birthday being planned?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. We got an action-packed Saturday planned, but we're going to do our best to get up there Saturday.
So much for that 51's game ticket. I've got 3 game tickets for the last week. I may have to call upon you.
All right, we'll see. We'll see. I'm currently on your Facebook page, and I'm clicking everybody that I can in my invite list to get them onto the page and increase awareness for what you guys are doing. So,
also, don't forget yourself, Dylan, like the Vegas Unwrapped internet radio page. We're looking to get to 1,500, and we're pretty darn close. You might even become the 1,500.
Yeah, that's right.
I think I already like you guys, honestly.
Yeah. Everybody's already liking us.
We have something special planned for once we hit 1,500, but we got to hit 1,500 before we can let the cat out of the bag.
I think I now know what it is.
Oh, man.
You do?
Yeah.
What's that?
Thing we're talking about all night, 702-483-4444.
Possibly.
Possibly show tickets. Or also maybe a honorary member. We can talk about that. There's a possibility.
But don't let the cat. You haven't let the cat out yet, though.
Or free membership.
Yeah, absolutely.
Free golden membership.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Go to VegasUnwrapped.net and you get a little sneak peek as to what he's maybe even referencing. So
that'll tell the whole story.
God, a whole new level of respect. Anyway, Dylan, thank you so much for coming in. Keep. Obviously, we're connected on Facebook, but if Saturday wasn't what it is for us, already booked with 3 events, coming down on a Saturday to your event would
we
be
will
great
try to
for
get
us.
there Saturday night somehow.
Well, to Buffalo Wild. I'm talking about the event for the resource, the resource fair. But whatever we can do to continue to promote, because I think the organization is worthwhile. Getting that message out there that recovery is good, recovery is a possibility. So we appreciate you taking the time to be with us.
I appreciate you guys having me.
And Joe, you got a great boy here, so be proud of what he's doing, and we'll help spread the word as well. And
cook up a couple of steaks.
I was just going to say, are you kidding me? Get the grill fired up. We'll be down soon. So thanks again for coming in.
I appreciate it.
You're listening to Vegas Unwrapped. When we come up on the other side, I think we're going to do some weird news. We haven't done that in a while, Mr. Cash.
Sounds great.
Even though you don't have your glasses, I guess I'm stuck reading. So, all right, don't go anywhere. Fourth quarter is right around the corner. We'll be back. All right, welcome back to Vegas Unwrapped. We're still talking with Dylan during the break.
We just got informed that we may be out on the greens again.
Oh, my God. October 4th, they have a golf outing up in Boulder City. Why don't you mention that as long as you're still here?
Yeah, go ahead, Dylan.
We have an event.
We'll send your dad the bill for all this extra airtime.
Yeah, right.
It's gonna be a golf fundraiser. It's gonna be our Tin High inaugural golf classic on Saturday, October 4th, in Boulder City, called Boulder Creek Golf Club. It's on 1501 Veterans Memorial Drive in Boulder City, Nevada. It'll be a great way to get out on the greens and help support a
Absolutely.
nonprofit.
Well, I just sent the word out to our groupies here. What's up?
You're not a golfer?
Well, let me just put it this way,
That's what
real
it shows.
quick. I lived back in Winston-Salem, and they have the Brenner's Children's Hospital. And we got teamed up media with NASCAR drivers, and I got teamed up with Rusty Wallace to play.
Did you hit him in the head with the ball?
No.
Because he went on with his helmet.
No, listen, I am so bad that by the time we got to the 18th green and the little kids were clapping from the hospital, that day cost me $1,000 out of my pocket. Lucky Rusty was there because he wrote a check for $10,000 that
Oh,
day.
my gosh.
So, no,
I knew I loved Rusty.
I am terrible at golf.
So are we. You haven't seen us play.
Come
Don't
on.
worry about
I
it.
have to have somebody put the tee in the ground for me. I'm not kidding you.
I will come by. I will come attempt to drive the beer cart if you'd like. No, I said the word attempt.
That's an honorable job.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because-
Honorable.
because
All right,
by
well,
the time
I'm
we
sure
hit
we
the
can
fifth-
find a fourth.
I play Army golf.
What's that?
Left, right.
Great. We'll spend more time in the rough and in the woods than actually on the course for
All
crying
right,
out
well,
loud.
Dylan, definitely send us the information, and
For sure.
believe me, we will definitely have some sort of team out there.
We'll have something going on, even if we come out there and do some sort of live remote or some sort of coverage of the event as well. So we'll figure something out for the 4th.
Yes, definitely.
Meantime, I got a couple of my invites already responding, so you're going to have some new faces coming up on the fan page. So
Beautiful.
add some more awareness. So
Would you invite me?
I did. I already
Okay,
did.
good job.
Since you don't know how to operate Facebook yet.
Well, I'm
so.
getting there. I'm getting
Cashism.
there. I am getting there. I'm
You're
the
getting there.
Rodney Dangerfield of this show. You remember Rodney
I
Dangerfield?
do remember Rodney
I get no
Dangerfield.
respect either.
Let him kid you.
Well, I just started a Facebook training course if you need any help.
No kidding, really?
No, I didn't.
Because I was ready to sign up. I was going to write a check.
I have been preaching Mrs. Bobcat to you both for weeks.
All right, maybe I
Will talk to her when she
her.
comes back.
You bet.
Jeez.
It's time for you know what time it is.
It is time for News of the Weird. It's part of the show where we let the world know.
Stick around, Dylan. Wait till you
Yeah,
hear
you'll
this
love some of
stuff.
these stories.
All right.
Let's see. Lets the world know that we're actually much better off than we think. All right, here we go. Let's see if we can try this one. This is under the category of not my fault, Mr. Cash.
It's never your fault.
No, it's the other guy.
Always the other guy.
Tom Lacken is challenging State Farm in a St. Clair County, Illinois courtroom, claiming that the sexual abuse he was convicted of was unintentional and that therefore his homeowner's insurance ought to have covered any claims by the victim.
No kidding. It's
I don't think Jake from State Farm would like this one very much. State Farm and other insurers generally pay out for negligent events. He said he had no idea that serving minors alcohol and drugs and encouraging them to have sex with each other would lead to their later sexual exploitation by other adults.
He doesn't mention he was filming the event. Of course not.
Coming soon to a YouTube channel near you. By the way, speaking of shows, BCN.
Nice segue.
Whew, I don't know why I segued from that to that, but BCN Talk coming up at 9 o'clock, where businesses tune into Thrive with Gil and Robert will be on right at the top of the hour. So stay tuned
They
for
have
that.
to follow this.
I know. God bless them. I don't know. It just made me think of that. I know.
hope
Well,
they're not listening.
the next category, the Redneck Chronicles. Well, story number 1 has to be tied down. Man was hospitalized in Shreveport, Louisiana in June after being carried away by a wind gust as he held onto a mattress in the back of a pickup truck in Interstate 49. Guess what, Mr. Cash?
I have no idea.
He suffered road burn and fractures. Road burns. Story number 2 under the Redneck Chronicles. Jenna Ketchum, 25, was arrested in Sebastian, Florida in July after exacting a bit of revenge against an ex-boyfriend whom she encountered squiring another woman in his pickup truck. No way! Yeah. According to police, Ketchum hit the man in the face and the genitals and emptied his dipspit cup on him.
Oh, nasty.
Least competent law enforcement story. The Clay County, Florida Sheriff's Office twice this year arrested the wrong Ashley Chasen in January for grand theft and in May for writing bad checks. Despite 3 years, 5 inches, 20 pounds, and distinctive middle names separating them, Ashley Odessa, the suspect, versus Ashley Nicole, the innocent victim. Odessa spent 5 weeks in jail before deputies admitted their mistake.
No way.
Yeah.
Boy, that's a lawsuit waiting to happen.
And the last story coming from your hometown, originally, Mr. Cash, of Brooklyn, New York.
No way.
James Jordan Sr. died in Brooklyn, New York in 2006.
I know James.
But NYPD officers have barged into his family's home 12 times since then, 4 this year alone,
Looking for him.
seeking him on various charges. His widow, Karen Jordan, even taped his death certificate to the front door, but that failed to deter the officers, one of whom shouted during a recent raid that they know, quote unquote, Jordan is hiding inside somewhere.
NYPD Blue, baby.
Karen recently filed a lawsuit against NYPD for the raids, which include turning out drawers, looking in closets, and harassing the children. And that, ladies
Why
and
did they
gentlemen,
just go to the damn cemetery?
I tell you what, I have no idea why, and that does it for a very abbreviated version of weird. I miss weird news. I'm
Yeah.
glad we got a couple of
I'm
stories
sure.
in. All right, we want to thank all of our guests tonight. We want to thank Dylan Engel for sitting in with us here and talking about There Is No Hero in Heroin, and we want to thank Brooke Neubauer from the Just One Project, and of course Allison Sinai from A New Figure Forward, a good friend of the show's. We appreciate it. We want to thank you, the listener. We want to thank JPEG for doing his thing with us. Of course, we always want to thank Bobcat for doing a yeoman job. Did I cover everybody?
You got it.
2 tickets still up for grabs. Email us if you're listening to the podcast. We have some choices. Do so. Just put in the reference box, show tickets, and your address.
Next week, not enough time.
Not enough time. Mr. Cash. Oh, okay. We're getting the stretch sign. Real quick. Go ahead.
What do we got?
What do we got next week?
Yeah.
What do we got next week? Mark and Nicole from our new show coming on.
They're coming on.
And, of course, Lori Invak from Compassion Care will be on.
Nicole is coming on.
And Nicole, yes.
Oh, wow.
Mark and Nicole. Quick, be kind to each other.
We're all we have.
Have a great week, everybody, from Vegas Unwrapped.